everybody for welcome the online interview of the VT experts. Today we're pleased to have our guest, Mr. Kornek, Head of Project Scouting for TUI Hotel Group. Welcome to our interview, Dieter.
Good morning. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure for me taking part on this interview.
It's good. You see, good morning over there. Here is a late afternoon already. You are, of course, on Europe side. We are on the Asian side. So, TUI Hotel Group operates more than 430 hotels and resorts worldwide with brands like TUI Blue, Robinson, TUI Magic, Life, and Rio. Mr. Kornek has been in the company for 25 years and experienced in hotel development in various serious position of management. He was with Accor before. At the moment, he's managing the whole expansion of the group, and hopefully much expansion will come in Asia in the upcoming time. So the first question for our guest today is really how you guys are doing and how you managing through this period and how the hotel are actually operating.
Yes, of course, we also, there's a big impact, of course, of coronavirus to our business, as for everybody's business. Nearly all our hotels are closed at the moment, so since a couple of weeks already, and unfortunately, we do not see exactly when we can reopen hotels again. So this is more or less all over the world. And the thing is that we are not only hotel operator within TUI Group, but we also have cruise liners, which are also in the harbor more or less. We have TUI Flyers, the air fleet, which is also grounded. And we have a tour operator who are also not doing much business, especially not in the short term. In the long term, it's already recovering. So people are booking already for winter season or for next year's season. But for the short term, it's a really difficult time for everybody. So at the moment, we are working on some strategies to reopen our hotels, which are more or less all resort hotels in holiday destinations within the next couple of weeks and months.
Do you see some country coming out earlier than others? Do you see that something is on the way down in terms of cases and therefore the hotel is ready for a reopening, or pretty much is a slow down through the globe?
No, we see that this is a selective process. We see already some countries trying to build up new tourism, especially a little bit in the Baltic Sea area, but also in Austria and Bulgaria, in Croatia, and also in Spain, not in the mainland of Spain, but in the Balear Islands and also Canary Islands. There are already some measures taken to open the hotels and to restart tourism again in the next couple of weeks or months. So we do not think that the whole business is lost for this summer season, but of course it will be only step by step, gradually, and some destinations will definitely be closed all summer long, more or less, unfortunately.
And before we move to the next question, just a refresh to our audience here. You guys mainly operate, own, or lease your hotel. What is the typical business model you are using for your assets?
We have all kinds of assets. We are owning some hotels. We also have a lot of joint ventures, for example, with Rio Hotels that you mentioned already. But we're also having, of course, lease and management contracts all over the world. So let's say in the future, we will, of course, do more management or lease contracts, especially in the near future. This is also depending that investment will be very difficult for us in the next couple of months, of course, because there is no cash flow at the moment. We have to see how business is recovering. But at the end, we can do all kind of business, but the strategy within TUI Group Hotels and Resorts in the next couple of months will be asset light.
And your team is also pretty advanced and pretty popular in terms of all-inclusive. Is that a model that you would bring to Asia?
We have some all-inclusive concepts. Not all the hotels or resorts are all-inclusive, especially our club concepts. As you mentioned, Club Magic Life, for example, which is normally an all-inclusive concept, also Club Robinson most of the time. and also some resource like TUI Blue. This is something we also try to do and to implement in Asia more. Let's say in the short term now it will be more difficult, of course, because we have to do new F&B concepts, because maybe it's not allowed for breakfast or for dinner all together, people sitting together. So also the occupancy, maybe it's not allowed to have full occupancy, maybe only half of occupancy. So of course we have to see, and we are working on some strategies, how we can do this within, let's say, the next 18 months. This means for the rest of this year, and of course also for 2021. We are pretty sure that all tourism will recover next year, but especially also in 2022, when hopefully this situation with COVID-19 will be overcome.
Okay, excellent. So let's talk about recovery then. What's your guys' opinion? Are you positive? Are you in a different country, different type of opinion, or pretty much you have one consolidated path?
Let's say we are, of course, at the moment still concerned, because nobody knows exactly when this will be overcome. But we are also hopefully and pretty optimistic, especially for next year and the following years, as people will still go on holidays, will still travel, maybe even a little bit more. In the short term, we think it will be more earthbound traveling. This means by car, going to destinations that are reachable within 5 hours, 8 hours drive, something like this. So especially in Europe, neighboring countries. The long haul destinations maybe will still take some more time. But as we have different source markets, we can also cover, of course, Asian markets with Asian people traveling there, as we have opened now recently our first hotel in Vietnam, for example. So we think that we can do business in Vietnam very soon, but more with domestic people or people close to Vietnam, and not so much with our European source market. So there are different strategies, especially for our hotel business. Let's say, we think that it will be some kind of a V or U development. This means that now we have the shutdown, more or less. Then it will take some time before recovering, but then it can go and grow up very steady and rapidly.
Good. So you think there will be one of the recovery that is typically of the hospitality market, where after the problem is solved, somehow people come back to travel?
It will go up definitely, because it cannot go much more down as at the moment. But I think that there will be a big increase in traveling, in holiday, in overnight stays, but gradually, step by step.
It would be a revenge travelers. People stay home for a few weeks now. They just want to get out and do that.
Yes, we do some market analysis. We see that people are, as I mentioned before, they are already booking for next year. They try to book maybe for late this year in September, October, something like this, because holidays is a big part of life, especially in the Western regions, but also in Asia and everywhere. So there will be a demand for it, and there will be a recovery, definitely.
Let's talk a bit about your strategy in Asia then. You guys are not new in Asia, but somehow you start in the recent years to look more into the destination, moving away, the attention away from other countries. What's your strategy in this part of the world, and specifically in Vietnam?
Yes, we have to review, of course, a little bit our strategy. Maybe for the short term, there will be some changes, of course, that we concentrate a little bit more on domestic destinations. Also in Germany, there's some smaller parts of the sea, and the Baltic Sea and North Sea. But in general, we are still sticking on our expansion plans and growth plans for Asia, especially for Vietnam, Thailand, because we think there is still huge potential also in the future. And as we opened the first hotel in Vietnam, it does not make on the long-term sense to only operate one hotel. Of course, we want to have 3, 4, 5 hotels as originally planned. Maybe it will take a little bit longer at the moment, but it will come definitely. We, of course, try to transform TUI already a little bit to make it flatter, to make it more efficient and faster. Digitalization is also a big issue that we are trying to do. So, of course, it's a challenging time at the moment, because nobody knows exactly how and how quick it will be normalized again, but we are, as I mentioned before, quite optimistic that there will be a recovery within the next couple of months, and especially in 2021 and 2.
Which brand are you using for the Vietnam property?
Pardon?
Which brand are you using for the Vietnam property?
Yes, we have the TUI Blue brand, and we can think about another one or two of TUI Blue. And of course, one club concept, we will at least one club concept. So most probably a club Magic Life, maybe a Club Robinson. Club Robinson we have already on the Maldives Island and in Thailand. So we are already in this region. It can also be that Rio Hotels will also do something in Vietnam in the next couple of years, definitely.
So different segmentation and different offering. I guess you have a
yes,
wider
because
range.
there must be there must be a segmentation to the different kind of people, of customers especially. So there's all-inclusive holidays, but there's also holidays for couples only, and some hotels are without children, so only for adults, which is also a little bit trend. So of course we have to cover all aspects of tourism.
Okay, I think I wanted to ask you something more, and I will, but I think you somehow, your opinion is the travel will go back to normal fairly soon, or certain degree soon. Some other professionals, they believe that the travel may change in the way that people actually travel. The behavior of people may change. What is your opinion? Will we go back to normal soon, or people will actually look into different experience or different things as a perception of travel?
Yes, travel will change also due to this corona effect. But in general, we have seen already in the recent years that travel is changing. Booking behavior is changing. So of course, tour operation is also a little bit changing. But nevertheless, there will be, of course, still a demand also for package tours, because we have seen now that the package tour operators, they can guarantee that people come back to their home country. If you book on your own in different channels, or there is a flight channel, there's a hotel, and there is a destination service, it can be a mess if something happens again like this. So we see still a future for packaged holidays. But of course, in general, digitalization will change a lot of things. And in the short term, the focus is lying on health and safety, we have to say. So we are doing a lot of concepts for health and safety, especially in the next, let's say, 2 years, because people are, of course, aware of the situation with this virus. And so they will be cautious. They will be sure that there is no potential infection with any virus or something else. So this will be a challenge also within the next, let's say, 1 or 2 years.
Thank you, Dieter. Thank you very much for your insight. Thank you for information. I think it's good to know that you guys are pretty positive and ready to start again. It's good for our developer here. As you know, Vietnam somehow managed to go back full speed. In full.
Thank you very much. It was
looking into full speed last week, so we'll see a bit more traveling coming. I know that you guys in Europe will be looking for a few more weeks, waiting then the summer to save everybody. I don't know if I will be able to be back this summer due to the flying and visa limitation, but hopefully I will. And hopefully we'll see you back in Vietnam here or in Asia on your next trip to really start again to explore.
Yes, we are pretty sure that we will meet soon again. So
thank you very much. Thank you for joining us, and please join our next webinar.
Thank you and all the best. Thank you very much. Goodbye.